Okay, we're going to play this record here called Rhythm King by Bix Beiderbecke and his gang on the Brunswick label, as you can see, and it's a real nice copy. And the number on the record is 8242, and we're going to be playing this on my 1928 Capehart coin-operated phonograph or jukebox. And this has got a unique record changer in it where it flips the record over and restacks it in this stack. There's a platter that goes down, and when the conveyor brings it over after it flips it, it restacks it. So it'll hold this stack of records, but the plate on the bottom will separate while the stack stays here. There's a holder underneath there. It'll grab the record and it'll push it up into this stack and flip it over. So when it comes back around 27 records later, it'll be on the B side and it'll play this song right here, Somebody Stole My Gal. So for right now, we are going to play this. We got to put in 2 nickels because we're gonna cancel this record, and then this record is about to flip. So let's go ahead and do it. We have a wall box here. We're going to put the coin in the wall box, as you can see. We also have a slot to put a coin in here, but the problem with that is I got to pull the jukebox or phonograph away from the way to get into the coin box. So I use the wall box because it's a lot easier to just open it up and get the coin. So all right, so I'm going to pump two nickels in. We're going to watch this record come down and then go over there. You won't be able to see it once it disappears. So just so you get the idea if you've never seen one of these. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, we put our 2 nickels in. That's moving away. This is going to set down here. And we're going to cancel it. All right, let's go ahead and bring it to the end here. The lead out groove forces the tone arm to move back and forth and trips the cancel switch. So as you can see, as this moves out of the way, the record we want to play is coming into position. There's a piece of lint on the tip of my needle, so let's get that off there. There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Beautiful record, beautiful sound. That's going to cancel it. Bring our next record out. As you can see, it's bringing it out. No harm is done to any of these records. We're using a sapphire needle. We have an extra piece of metal underneath this head electronic pickup to reduce the weight. So we're doing it at about 5 to 6 grams. So that's sort of helping preserve the records. And this was originally a acoustic coin operated photograph. So when this mechanism moves back and forth, it winds the spring. There is no electric motor for the turntable. The only motor in here is this one, and that's to make this mechanism go back and forth. And when it goes back and forth, it winds the spring, so it has enough winding in the spring, spring motor, to be able to play one record at the proper speed. And so, as you can see in this head shell here, this would have had the acoustic reproducer right here, but you can see there's a wire going through there, and there's 2 pieces of metal that were added on for this. So there was this one here and this one here to reduce, so when it's playing, as you can see right here, it reduces the tension. This was added on. So we're using the original arm from the acoustic reproducer, but there was an added electric pickup onto it. So some of this was done out in the field, and then some of this was done at the factory, because when they started producing these in 1928, that was getting near the end of the acoustic era. And because amplification came out in 1928, so a lot of the equipment that could be converted was converted over to with an amplifier, and of course you needed an electric pickup to do that. So that's sort of the story on that, and it's sort of interesting. So they made these all the way till 1930, and Capehart was considered, you know, their flip over changer phonographs that are were sold in homes from 1931 to through the 40s, and then Farnsworth bought them out. Those things were over $1,000 for a home phonograph, not a jukebox. This was in like high-end locations, Waldorf Astoria, Biltmore's, any place that was high-end society. These things were $1,250 brand new. I mean, you could buy a Model T Ford basic car for $400. So you're looking at 3 automobiles here, and you know, you can put on up to 20 nickels in it, and it'll play for an hour straight. So it holds 28 records and makes 56 selections. So you don't get to select your song, you get the next record in the stack, but remember, when it goes down, it flips it and then restacks it on the B side. So you fill this thing up with really good period music or stuff that you want to hear, and you just throw in 10 or 15 nickels, and then off it'll go. It'll just play all on its own. And yeah, it's a really nice example of this 1928 Capehart Orchestra 28G. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation of a really great jazz legend, Bix Beiderbecke, and on the Brunswick label. And you know, if you want to friend me, I have a lot of videos I do on phonographs and jukebox, so friend me and you'll get to see a lot of that on my Facebook channel. Thanks for watching. This is Mickey. Have a great day.